Well, now we are going to get into the mother's bag. You can have these things in one bag, and if they don't fit, just have two bags. It's easier that way, because with two bags you get to separate things. If you need something for the baby, then you know where to get it. If you need something for you, you know where to get it. Plus, the mother's bag is usually kind of smaller because, well, there's not much there. What you really need are toiletries and your going home clothes. We're done. Anyway, so you need your homegoing clothes. That is number one. And if you don't have that, then you know the clothes that you came with, you can go home with that. You don't need another like pair of clothes. The shoes that you came with, just go home with that. And I would advise you to come with slippers, flip-flops, because sometimes your feet can get swollen and not fit in the shoes. So flip-flops works wonders. I came with open shoes, and my feet couldn't fit in the open shoes, so I went home with the slippers that I came with for the hospital. So yeah, anyways, what you really need for the mother's bags are the toiletries and your going home clothes. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you will need, the main essentials that you will really need, are your pads. I know these are kind of halfway. So you need your maxi pads, the maxiest that you can get. And if you don't get maxi pads, you can get maternity pads, which I didn't like much. Well, that's just me. But then in our hospital, we didn't need the pads. Actually, I never used the pads, and I had bought so many. I never used the pads. What we were using was cotton wool. You are required to carry a cotton wool to the hospital, and I bought the bigger one, the really big one, and it worked wonders for me. So what we did, instead of the pads, we would get a cotton wool and then cover it in this. This is the doctor told me that it's called a gauze. A gauze. Gauze. E for elephant. So this is a gauze. So you get your cotton pad and then cover it with this gauze, and it acts as a pad. And that is what I used throughout my early bleeding times. I don't know how to call them. I never used the pads, so I just used the cotton wool and the gauze, and they gave us this in the hospital. So that is how I learned to. So they gave us that in the hospital, and when I came home, I continued using the cotton wool and the gauze. That is why I actually bought this. I didn't know it was going to be important. This is the same thing they usually like cover the cotton wool with, especially when you get broken anything. They cover this with. So I got this from my doctor, and the cotton wool too. So yeah, you can buy it from the supermarket or from a chemist. It's really up to you. So you need your maternity pads, just in case they don't use cotton wool in the hospitals, and you also need your cotton wool and this gauze. And I'm glad I had this, because I remember this one day we needed cotton wool and a gauze, and I don't know what had happened. I don't really know what had happened, but they were out of cotton wool, so they told us to use our pads. But then I had the cotton wool in my bag, and well, I used that, and I asked them for the gauze, and they gave me, and that worked wonders for me. And then the next thing that you need is slippers. You need slippers because when you go to the hospital, you need to take a shower. You need, especially after giving birth, take a shower. You can't go to the bathroom with barefoot, you know. So you need slippers. You need a soap, a bar soap for your shower. Personally, I usually just use bar soap every day. I don't have like the specific geisha type. I need this soap to take a shower. I don't have that. Personally, I just use a bar soap, an unscented bar soap, a plain one. So, shower soap, and you need something to shower with, or you can use your innerwear. That is if you have it. So you need slippers, plain slippers like this one's the ones that I'm wearing. Just slippers, and then you need a towel or a lasso. If you don't have a towel, then you have a lasso. My mother told me that you as a woman, you as a giving birth woman, you as a new mom, you need like 4 types of lasso. Like three lesos. So I have like 4 of them, and when I went to the hospital, I carried 2. I told you I usually like over carry. So you can have a leso to go to the bathroom with, or a towel if you're a towel girl, and then you will need a shower soap. And if you don't have that, then just buy another sunlight for yourself instead of like using, you can't use the one that the baby is using, so you need your soap and then something to shower with, or you can use your innerwear. Like, we're making use of the things that we have. Yeah, so another thing that you might need is a basin. They usually tell you to carry 1 basin, but then when I went to the hospital, since I had a CS, I couldn't like take a shower. I needed like a sponge bath, so I needed my own basin, and the baby needed his own basin, because they don't allow you to use the same basin as the baby is using. It's really not allowed, so you need 2 basins. But when you go to the hospital, you can carry 1, and if you will need another one, then you can ask someone who's coming to visit you to bring another one, you know. Yeah, so when you go to the hospital, just take 1 basin. And then another thing that you might need is maternity panties, innerwear. For people who are using pads, innerwear is really important. But then for people who had CS, we couldn't wear innerwear. So it's important to have it. I mean, just in case you need it. So yeah, you need maternity innerwear. That is, you know, the maternity ones are the ones that come up to here. Like, when you wear them, they come up to here. It's almost like the shapewear kind, but not tight, because, well, if you're having a CS or you had a CS, you don't want to apply pressure on the wound, because a C-section is a really major surgery, and people don't get told that enough. You will also need a nursing bra. A nursing bra is the one that it has a snap here, like well, I have a one here. It's an old one, so don't laugh at me. Yeah, so a maternity bra, you know, maternity bra is the one that you snap. Okay, let me show you the one that I'm wearing, like this one. You like snap like this, and it opens, and then you can drop this part so that you can breastfeed the baby. This works so much better than the one that's the normal one that you have to open the back so that you can lift and then feed the baby. So maternity bras just work wonders. So you need a maternity bra, and then having a maternity bra, you need a nursing pad. You should know people, by the way. You know, you should know people. You know, I never bought this. Like my friend, she had lots. Okay, she had this and she was not using anymore, so she brought them to me, and this has helped a lot, because now I didn't have to buy them. Especially when you're going out of the house, you don't want to be walking around the market or the supermarket and then you're leaking. That would be weird. You know, the very first days of breastfeeding, milk is usually so much, and then even if you wear clothes, there's usually leaking, you know, so much milk that is going on, and your baby doesn't feed too much, so there's not much feeding, so most of the time you will lose a lot of milk. Yeah, so you need nursing pads, that is breast pads. So these are just like, let me show you, this is a breast pad. So you just put this, like you remove this and then you stick it on your bra on the inside, and then when you wear it, like on the inside part of the bra, so when you wear it, if there's any leaking, it will just fall on the pad and it won't show on your clothes. So when you're nursing, you just lift it up, you nurse, and then when you're done, you return it and everything is back in place. You're looking panting. Okay, so in one packet there's usually 6 pairs, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need like 2 packets. I had 2 packets, and there's holding on strong. So when I say a pair, you need this for here and this for here, and then you can dispose them off. You don't use them like over and over again unless it's a whole day situation. So in this packet you have 6 times, like there are 12 pads inside, so like you can use them 6 times. And then the next thing that you will need is nipple cream. When in the early stages, your breasts are usually so sore and so painful and sometimes cracked. So nipple cream helps with easing the pain and moisturizing the nipple. So nipple cream is really important. And you will also need, you could need a sleepwear, like a pajama, but then again, the hospital gives you these huge clothes. They fit any mother, any pregnant woman. But they're usually so free. I mean, you just put it on it. It's like a bathrobe. Full stop. And then you don't have to care about who's watching, because everyone there is a woman giving birth, and if they are male doctors, they completely understand the situation. It's usually so hard. Anyways, so the other thing that you will need is your phone charger. Don't forget your phone charger. Your phone charger is a lifesaver. Imagine you being in the hospital without a charger, and you need to call your loved ones to tell them that the delivery went well, or that you need something from home and your phone is off. So a phone charger. Don't forget your phone charger. Pack it up. Write a list. Actually, while I'm saying this, write a list. You will also need no scent moisturizer. Personally, I love Aramis. Aramis can be used on lip balm, like everything. You can also use a Vaseline that is not scented. There's this saying that people should, breastfeeding mothers should not use scented oils or moisturizers. Let me just call them that. So you can have this, and you can have this. Okay, I love this. I love this. Oh my god, I love this. Oh, so nice. Oh, this is my favorite, you know. This is like the favorite kind that you need to put on, especially when you're going on a date. You need to smell real nice. So, but like I said, you can't have scented ones. You can have coconut oil. Coconut oil is the best. You see, it's the best. And then you will need a toothpaste and a toothbrush, unless you don't want to brush your teeth throughout that period. So you need a toothpaste and a toothbrush. A toothpaste and a toothbrush. And then you will need toilet paper. You will need that a lot. So I think just one will do. So you can just get one. And I know I am using things that are already used, and this is for the purposes of showing you what is important, not what is new or what could be used. So I'm using the basics, the things that I have. Okay, and then you might need wipes, either for yourself or for the baby. So wipes, important. And then what's really important that you can't forget ever, that even if you forget everything else that I've said, there is one thing that you can never forget. One thing. Don't forget this, okay? Even if you forget your whole body, don't forget this. You need your clinic book. You need your clinic book. I know some of you don't understand why I am using this one or why I even have this one right now, but I will be explaining this in another episode. So don't forget your clinic book, okay? And if you had a recent ultrasound, you need to go with the most recent ultrasound scan document. You know, after an ultrasound, the paper that you get that shows the baby is of this weight, the heartbeat, the height, that kind of a thing. Go with that one. That is used to like estimate if you can go a natural birth or a C-section. So don't forget these two things: your clinic book, your ultrasound, and your identification card. You need your ID. ID is very important, very important. So bring your identification card. Then you usually, if you're going to pay through NHIF or M-Pesa, whichever way, usually do a photocopy of your ID so that they can have a copy of it, like you were there, you paid through this way, you know. So if you're going to be paying through NHIF, your ID and a photocopy of the ID is very important. So the three things that you should not forget, even if you forget your hair, even if you forget the name of yourself, even if you go into a coma, if you're going to the hospital, bring these three things: your clinic book, your identification ID, and your recent ultrasound scan. Okay? Bring extra cash. Sometimes they don't have the card option, so just the M-Pesa or in cash. Yeah. What else are we forgetting? Oh, you might also bring a drinking chocolate and sugar, because at night it's usually really cold and you need something warm to go with. And sometimes they usually serve you with the drinking chocolate and sometimes they don't. So if they bring you warm water, you can make your own drinking chocolate, because after giving birth, what you are supposed to be taking something that is not caffeine. You can take milk, you can take a drinking chocolate, you can take porridge, you can take soup. Yeah, get used to that. That is the only thing you can take. Hi, if you're sensitive to using other people's pillowcases, just bring your own. But if you're okay, like the rest of us, just go. They will give you their own pillowcases with their own mattresses and mattress covers and blankets and nets. So yeah, and in this time, and this COVID scary period, mask up. So that will be it for this episode. Hospital bag for the mother and the baby. If I have forgotten anything, if you have any questions, please comment in the comment section. And my baby is already awake, so I'm gonna end this here, and well, see you on my next video. I love you guys. Bye bye.